Why is Kit Harrington defending season 8 gross? Someone just mentioned that in chat. I'll just look it up because I didn't see it. But like I said, I can't, like, I'm not surprised. I imagine it has to be, like, really annoying having people constantly bring that up as someone who acted in it. Let me see what he said. Kit Harrington was genuinely angered by fan petition to remake Game of Thrones Season 8 with competent writers. How dare you? Oh. He was bothered by a fan petition. Okay, that's a little different than being, like, pestered about it endlessly. He told New York Times that he was deeply offended by the viral 2019 petition for Game of Thrones Season 8 to be remade with competent writers. Petition started with a goal of 15K, ultimately obtained over 1.8 million. Wow. That genuinely angered me. Like, how dare you? Sorry, that's just how I feel. I think it was a level of idiocy that can only come about through social media. I disagree with that, man. It just was a really bad season. Like, you can argue that it was, like, mean-spirited, sure, but, I mean, it's just coming from a place of passionate disappointment with the nosedive in quality from the show. Now, if they were targeting, like, the actors and stuff, then that's totally misplaced, but to target the writers, I think, is right in line with where the blame should be placed. D&D, the whole reason that it went so shitty is they were offered that Star Wars role, so they declined HBO's offer for more seasons to wrap it up properly, and instead rushed it. That's very deserving of criticism. 1000%. There are very, very few downsides to having a hugely popular show, but one I can think of is when you try to end it, many people have big opinions on how it should end. The petition shows a lot of enthusiasm and passion for the show, but it wasn't something that we seriously considered. Well, no shit, man. Of course that was never going to actually happen. Just people being very disappointed by it. That's kind of the message. Was it specifically the writers or more the management? It was specifically the showrunners here, man. Again, it's been a while, so maybe people forgot. HBO offered them more seasons to wrap up the series. They said, no, fuck it, we'll do it live, we'll do it in one. You can blame no one other than D&D. That's what I just said. They said no because they wanted to get to that Star Wars project, which they ultimately lost because of how bad Season 8 was received, so they ended up losing the Star Wars role anyway. So they torpedoed the show for nothing, for literally nothing. You think Winds of Winter ever releases? I don't know, man. You're asking the wrong guy. I don't read those books. Hopefully it does, though. I hope George gets in the lab and finally cranks that puppy out. Which ending disappointed fans more, Game of Thrones or Stranger Things? I don't care how you try and make this argument. There is no legitimately good... I don't want to use the word argument again, but for lack of a better word, argument. Anyone could make that Stranger Things is a worse ending than Game of Thrones, because it's not. Game of Thrones is an absolute catastrophe of a season. Stranger Things is disappointing, sure, but it cannot compare to Game of Thrones Season 8. It can't. I would even go out on a limb and say I don't think there is any ending that will come even close to how bad Season 8 was for Game of Thrones. You would have to deliberately, like, ruin a show. Like, you'd have to go out of your way to try to ruin a show to even compete with Season 8. Kind of like Joker 2 did for Joker 1. Oh, fuck me. God, Joker 2 was bad. Oh, man. Yeah, it was trash. Platinum End was my top worst ending of a show ever. I mean, it's like an... you know me, I am very vocal about how unbelievably bad Platinum End's ending is. Like, comically so. But Platinum End as a show wasn't amazing. Game of Thrones was like a historic success that had one of the worst possible seasons you could ever muster that ruined it. It was one of the most culturally relevant shows we've ever seen, and then after Season 8, you won't even hear a single fucking, like, Hodor reference or anything anymore. No one makes a peep about Game of Thrones unless it's about Season 8 being bad. There is nothing that competes with that. You see, LEGO announced a $650 Pokemon set with Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise. Some Pokemon Legos. LEGO Group reveals first ever LEGO Pokemon. First ever? There's never been LEGO Pokemon? That's surprising. Ridiculous prices. Brother, it's LEGO. They're worth more than gold. Yeah, I know. I'm surprised it's not over 1,000. $650 not the real price since these are going to get scalped and sold for thousands on secondary market. So true. Did you hear about the Lego Smart Brick? If this is a fucking AI-powered Lego brick, I swear to God. Lego Smart Bricks are the smallest big deal right now. Here's where to buy them. Lego just revolutionized its builds with smart bricks, tags, and minifigures that emit sound and light as you play. Here's everything you need to know about the buzzy new toy tech. So they emit light and sound effects. Hey, better than AI. We take those. In practice, that means you can hear the screech of a TIE fighter when you move it through the air, or the crackling of lightsabers when they clash. Clever innovation from the iconic Danish toy maker, upgrading the imagination-forward, screen-free experience kids and parents expect. Cool. Is there something that's bad about these? Because right now this seems cool. As a kid, I would have loved this. So we can't share cool shit now. No, I mean, you definitely can. This just came in lieu of us shitting on the pricing for Legos, so I assumed it was going to be bad. But no, this is cool. I think that's a very nice innovation. And here, maybe this is a hot take. Maybe controversial take. Despite the absurd pricing of Legos, I am still very happy that they exist and are still popular. Anything that keeps kids off of, like, the online space for any length of time, I think is a net positive to society. Anything that has them actually doing something tangible with their hands as opposed to just being glued to an iPad, I think is great. So even though they're extremely expensive, I can't even be that mad at them. I'm just happy they're around. It's adults buying them. What are you talking about? Okay, let's not get carried away. I know it's very big for adults buying Legos and shit and doing cool stuff with them, but they are still primarily enjoyed by children, right? Am I out of touch? Let me see if they have like a sales breakdown for their demographic. Nothing official. It's a lot of speculation. Oh, here we go. Well, here's something from Porter's 5 Forces. Core volume driver remains children aged 1.5 to 12, while the highly lucrative adult fans of Lego, and they put an abbreviation, AFALs, which sounds like a fucking slur, segment represents 15% of its consumer base and contributes disproportionately to revenue through high price point sets. Holy. Okay, that's a lot higher than I thought. Like, I knew it was big, but holy shit. Still, though, roughly 60 to 65% is between ages 1.5 to 12. 2024 total sales of $9.8 billion. Wow. I wonder if they're growing year over year still. Like, I wonder if 2025 was even bigger for them. Schools should start pushing this stuff for at-risk youth. Kids won't be doing drugs and getting into trouble if they're into Magic the Gathering, Gunpla, or building Lego sets. Yeah, they'll never be able to afford drugs. Having to keep up with fucking Magic sets and Lego. Legit, not even like a bad idea. I know you're making a joke, but like, I don't know. Promoting it as like some kind of like fun little thing to maybe get into. Just something physical. AFALs are some of the nicest people ever, by the way. I'm one myself. That's cool, man. I bet. Just building Legos, hanging out, man. Probably just, I don't know. I could imagine just kicking back and just building a nice set and nothing else. Maybe having like a, I don't know, football on Sunday or something. I could see it. I'm not super into Lego myself or anything, but I could definitely see it. NVIDIA working on quantum computer technology. I mean, we've had quantum computers for a while, so I haven't seen the new NVIDIA stuff. But you did remind me of something very cool. Let me pull it up. The negativity around AI is hurting society and has done a lot of damage. What? No one's been mean to AI. What are you talking about? This guy's crazy. He's lost his fucking mind. There's been a lot of negativity around generative AI, from the number of jobs it's set to make obsolete to more extreme concerns like apocalyptic events. NVIDIA's Jensen Huang isn't happy about it, claiming that this doomer narrative is not helpful to society. Yeah, it's super not helpful to society. We need to just, sit back, lose all our jobs, have everything become too expensive to buy, and enjoy Jensen's good fortune for how much money he's making from all of it. OpenAI made him rich. Not rich enough, brother. Now we're being mean to AI and it's hurting his profits. AI can't replace my job, hopefully. What's your job? There's few jobs AI can't eventually replace. Very few. I'm curious what job you have you think that's immune from the AI takeover. Embalming. I guess I don't know enough about embalming to know why AI couldn't take it over. Mortician. No, I know what embalming's used for. I just don't know enough about the embalming process outside of what games have shown me. Can AI pour concrete? Didn't think so. What are you talking? I mean, like I said, I think pretty much everything's on the chopping block. It's only a matter of time. We'll see, though. Some will take longer than others. One more TCG for you. Pal World is coming out with one. I saw Pal World is teasing their own TCG. Pokemon is fucking pissed, I bet. At this point, Pal World just walking in a forest full of bears with a suit of ham. There's nothing Nintendo or Pokemon or anyone can do about Pal World starting their own TCG. They don't own creature TCGs. If they did, Elestrals would have been taken down by now. It's just extremely humorous that Pal World, in the midst of all the Nintendo shit, is now announcing a TCG. I think that's great. Here, I'll pull it up in case anyone hasn't seen it. It's so fucking cool. I don't even think it's going to be a good TCG for what it's worth. The designs they teased, I think, look like ass. But I'm happy they're doing it. Hopefully it's good. I'd be very surprised if it was, but hopefully it's good. It's not only the TCG, they also announced the farming game right after Nintendo's. It's Poetry. Oh, I didn't know that. Is it going to be on Skill Check? I mean, we might try it. Yeah, we might do a video for it. Like I said, I doubt it'll be good, but we'll still try it. Prediction, I don't think it'll see production. Disagree. There are a lot... Since TCGs are exploding in popularity, there are a lot more avenues for any company to pursue making their own. I bet it'll see production, I just don't think it'll catch on. I don't think it'll be good, but we'll see.